All right, we live. Trying to wait to get my man on. See, 1 second. All right, we back. Trying to get some people on here. Let's talk about greatest hill runner of all time, greatest hill turn of all time. Is it Hulk Hogan or is it John Cena? Both were unexpected, birth for long time baby faces. Both just came out of just fucking thin blue air. Ah, all right. First, we have to look at what are the fundamentals that you need in a good hill run? First, unexpected turn. Second, beloved babyface. Third, logical reason for turning heel. Fourth, an actual babyface for him to turn on. I feel like in both situations, both have all four criteria. Let's revisit Hogan. If you're not old enough, we'll give you the storyline. Okay. So Scott Hall comes on Nitro, followed by Kevin Nash coming on Nitro. They're like just destroying WCW, like beating the ever loving shit out of them. Hogan's, off on reservation. And basically, the Macho Man, Luger, Sting's been effectively dealing with the outsiders. Right. So they go in the fall brawl and they saying they got the third member. So in everybody's mind, they're thinking probably fucking Shawn Michaels is going to show up or another WWF guy, because it's looking like an invasion. And I'm telling you, as a child, when saw Razor Ramon, I'm like, oh my fucking God, it's finally happening. We're going to see WCW guys versus WWF guys. So I'm thinking fucking Shawn Michaels is going to show up on Nitro and Undertaker and wreak fucking havoc. I had no idea it would be Hollywood Hogan. Like, fucking, I never was a Hogan guy, but Hogan was like a staple as far as good guys. Like, I saw, what was the wrestling movie that he did? Where his name was Rip. The fuck was that called? Where he was fighting Zeus. I can't remember, but like he was just a token, brother and everything that was America. I couldn't fucking fathom Hogan. Like I didn't know anything about wrestling, like behind the scenes, but I couldn't fathom Hogan just as a fucking wrestler. Like, no way. Uh, so then we look at Cena. Unexpected. I expected Cody to turn heel. All right, we finally got my guest on. My man Low Nose Boxing. What's good, Low?
Yo, Low knows boxing, man, and I see Jamel also knows wrestling as well, man.
Oh yeah, I'm a wrestling guy. I'm
How long you
definitely a
been
wrestling
watching?
since I was 8, 9 years old. So
I'm not.
I started off in like new generation era.
Oh, that's the early '90s.
Yeah, like I can give you some names like Duke the Dumpster Drosy, Adam Bomb, fucking Portuguese Man of War. Like I
Yeah,
I go back to them.
I go a
Um,
little bit further, man. I started. I started watching. Hold on 1 second, because I'm still at the job. I'm waiting for my relief to get here so I can walk to my crib and eat. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I've been watching since the '80s, man. I'm talking about the first time. It's crazy because the first time I watched wrestling and boxing were both monumental events. The first time I watched boxing as a kid was when Mike Tyson won the belt. Right. First time I watched wrestling as a kid was when Hulk Hogan won the belt.
Mm.
It was
Okay.
on channel MSG. You know what I'm saying? When he beat the Iron Sheik. So I've been watching wrestling for years. And growing up, I was watching wrestling when we had different federations. We had what was considered the WCW back then. It was the NWA.
Yeah. Territories. Territory
Yeah,
wrestling. I got you.
yeah. Then we had the Texas organization, which had the Von Erich brothers there.
Yeah.
And God bless you too, bro. And we also had the AWA, which was
And
with
then you
Vern
had
Gagne and
the
those
Memphis.
guys.
You had the Memphis territory, which was like Jerry Lawler.
I
Jerry
wasn't watching
Lawler.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I, I didn't have the networks for that. You know what I mean? I remember TBS was the NWA and WWF, and like I said, WCW, which WWC World Class Championship Wrestling, basically, and AWA. But
All right. So you're a seasoned wrestling guy. So the
yes,
question goes to you: is this the greatest heel turn of all time?
um, that's a tough one. What I will say is that, believe it or not, I seen this one coming more than I seen the Hulk Hogan one coming because in the day of the internet, we get a chance to research stuff. And there were rumors that somebody was going to sell out to Cody Rhodes. People were speculating that maybe it would be Drew McIntyre, right?
Mm.
People were speculating that it would be CM Punk, being that he's so thirsty to main event WrestleMania for the first time. And then I also seen somebody say John Cena. And I said it
Mm.
makes sense. He never turned heel before. He never turned heel before. So I would say this might be, I can't even say it, man. I got to see how it plays out. The Hulk Hogan thing was shocking. When I seen that happen, I was shocked. When he went in that ring and he gave Randy Savage the leg drop, and
Yo, it
then he
was like,
started
yo, what the
antagonizing the crowd.
fuck? Like as a kid, it was like fucking watching just Batman turn evil.
Yeah, I never seen that coming. And once again, back then at the time, we didn't have everything on the internet being leaked like that. So I was shocked watching that. So I would say this goes hand in hand, man. It's like 1A and 1B.
Does the storyline going forward, does that play into it being the greatest hill run? Because right now it's early, but the NWO storyline and with Sting, it just added to just like that was the birth of the rivalry. His heel turn was the birth of a rivalry. And like we were, in that day, we were going back and forth. Like you couldn't just watch SmackDown. You couldn't just watch
No,
Nitro. You had to go back and forth.
yeah. I gotta see how it turns out. If John Cena's gonna he turn heel, right? I'm
Yeah.
hoping this is not a one-time thing like when I think Edge, no, it wasn't Edge. I forgot who it was that turned heel for one time. It was Edge, in fact. He turned heel one time for WrestleMania. Not the last time when he became the leader of the Judgment Day. There was another WrestleMania that he had turned heel for, right? And then after that, he turned back to a face. So if
Mm.
John Cena turned heel and becomes a 17-time world champion and breaks Ric Flair's record, then I would say this is definitely the greatest heel turn of all time because I hope that he had a little run with the title. I hope he doesn't turn heel, win the belt, because when he does retire, he's gonna retire as a face. The crowd's
Yes,
gonna
of
cheer
course.
him on. They're gonna say thank you, Cena. So I think he should win the title. He should have a nice little run, and then when he finally loses, then he could ride off in the sunset and turn face right there when he loses. Sort of like when Hulk Hogan lost to The Rock.
Mm.
He was NWO Hogan, and then he turned to a face after that, even though he didn't retire. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he wins the belt and gets a little run.
I'm curious to see where they go with the story because it has potential to be great if done correctly. One of the things that I can't stand is that fuckboy Travis Scott busting Cody's eardrums. So now, are we
I
going
was
to see
botched.
Cody on TV every week?
Yeah, that was
It-
crazy.
It's like, okay, like you already know The Rock isn't going to be there, right? The Rock's not going
No,
to be there every week. You already know John Cena's not going to be there every week. So now is this situation where Cody's going to be all fucking TV? Like, how do you feel the storyline in? And who else is going to join that regime?
I don't know if it's gonna be much of a regime like that, but I'm interested in seeing what type of Cena we're gonna get. I don't want to see the old. Remember, Cena was heel, and he came in as a heel. You know, the same type of
Yeah,
gimmick. He was just rapping. I don't want to see that. We've seen that already.
mm,
I
yeah,
don't want him to go back to thugonomics. I don't want to see that. I want to see a full blown change. You know what I mean? Like when you have guys that can last through the through the test of time, they know how to evolve. Like Chris Jericho, for instance, we've seen so many versions of Chris Jericho. We had that version with Jericho was kind of corporate. Remember that with the suit and tie
yeah. I would
when
like
he
to
was the
see that
champ.
Cena.
That's what I want to see. I want to see his promos, his style different. He's an actor, so I know he could pull it off. But I want to see a different gimmick. Even if you got to get a different haircut, whatever you got to do. I don't want him coming out there with the jersey on, and I don't want him coming out there rapping either with the thugonomic gimmick. I don't want to see that. I want to see a new corporate version. That's going to be
Do you
interesting.
want to see? Do you want to see the corporate ball spot or?
Um, the ball spot. That's really out of pocket.
Yeah, he cut that
I,
shit,
I,
John, or
I
get
think
or
they're
go
gonna
to
fix
surgery.
that. Yeah, and it's not like he got to get a baldy because it's not that bad. He just got to get a Caesar. Just get a low cut Caesar, and that's it. He'll be all right. Again,
He broke up, love. Oh, I don't know what happened on him, but um, I do agree where it
you
really
got me.
depends. Yeah, yeah, I got you back.
All right, yeah, because I'm walking out the driveway. So the reception's a little bad. Is the background noise interfering?
It's some wind blowing, but go ahead, cook. We
Yeah.
got about 5 minutes left.
I'm getting that new WWE game that's coming out, and when
Oh
I
yeah,
get
I'm
those
copping
games,
that shit.
I like to play
Word.
universe mode, and usually when I do that, I create my own stories. I don't follow the flow. But right
Mm.
now, I like the flow. But my question is, what happened to the storyline they were gonna go with? They were gonna have Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins have some form of a stable that was gonna go after Roman Reigns. Did you ever hear about that?
No, but I feel like it makes sense for Drew McIntyre to join John Cena. All right,
Um,
Drew is a every week guy. Drew has every reason because shit hasn't been going right. He's been getting beat left and right. So it
did you?
makes sense for him to join that faction.
Yeah, but Drew's gimmick has been tied with Roman Reigns. His beef is with Roman Reigns. You feel me?
Yeah, but his beef with Roman Reigns, his beef with Damian Priest, a lot of people's beef is with Cody and Bray. Oh shit, this
Yeah,
getting bad. Like,
I know. Yeah. So yeah, man, right now it's pouring, it's raining. I don't want to mess with your live, bro. We'll do this
yeah,
again,
we'll definitely do it again.
definitely, man. But I'm gonna tune in though.
All right. So we're about to wrap it up. I ain't staying too long, but yeah, that's my take. I feel like Drew McIntyre should join the Rock's faction. I feel like it makes perfect sense. You need guys that'll be there every week in order for this story to grow, and Rock and Cena cannot do that. So maybe John Cena goes after Cody's belt, and when Jay Uso gets the title, Drew's after his belt. But you need about two more people in that faction. You need guys that are going to do the nuts and bolts. because you're going to see John Cena and The Rock on fucking one SmackDown or one Raw a month, and then a PLE, and that's it. And that is not enough to do this storyline justice. But in my humble opinion, Hulk Hogan still has the greatest heel turn of all time. But you let me know in the comments, what say you? We're going to revisit this topic every day. I'm going to bring a new person on and get their perspective. YSM Kayfabe, we out.